Hello. Okay. So, my name is Julia, and today I thought it would be fun if I ranked the Olivia Rodrigo songs because she doesn't actually have that vast of a discography yet. So, I think this is an interesting time at album 3 to start ranking all of her songs. So I didn't make fun tier names. It's just I just found this one on the tier maker website. So it's S, A, B, C, D, and F. I don't know if I'd put any Olivia Rodrigo songs into an F category. Maybe. Oh, actually, let me go through my thoughts on Olivia and where she's at right now. I Sour was actually the first time I realized that people put out albums after a series of singles. I was just genuinely not into music like that before. I was more into comedy and movies and TV and stuff. But I think Olivia kind of marks the is the demarcation line for when pop stars and pop girls started taking over the monoculture again. And definitely that was exacerbated by the Eras tour, but just the way that she commanded energy and attention during that period, I haven't seen anything like that, honestly. With the debut album, she no one's really topped that for her. Tate McRae has big singles, but she didn't have a sour moment. I mean, no one's had a sour moment because it's the fourth most streamed album of all time. And I think it's the most by a female. Yeah, so no one's ever gonna have a sour moment quite like Olivia did. Not even Olivia herself could manage to do that. With um, with Guts, her follow up, because it just wasn't as. Honestly, she felt really it felt tired. A lot of the Guts promo and promotion for the album. Sour, I just feel like she didn't have to promote it that much because that was at the pinnacle of TikTok and people were just streaming her songs and she didn't have to do that many appearances. She did SNL, she did the Brits, she did constantly talking about Taylor Swift. That was kind of her promo for Sour. And then for Guts, she just kind of did the BBC performances. She did the VMAs. Even though the world was opened up more, I feel like Guts just got less promotional material. She was on Good Morning America, even though it needed more promo because it wasn't getting streamed as much. She did that Jimmy Kimmel thing where she drove his kids to school. I actually really liked that. For some reason, like her being on Jimmy Fallon makes me think of Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. I don't know if it's just because his daughter really likes Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl, and she mentioned that, but I just feel like that was the promo for Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl, was that her driving Jimmy Fallon's kids to school. Not Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel. I like her and Kimmel's dynamic. Not a lot of celebrities have a famously interesting dynamic with Jimmy Kimmel. He has more gimmicks and stuff. Anyways, so let's get back to Olivia. Guts less successful than Sour, but I think a much better record in my opinion. Guts I think is my favorite album from her. Of course, You Seem Pretty Sad for Girls Shown Love is so new that I can't definitively say or rank them because there's only 3 of them anyways. Um, but people have been kind of saying that Sour and Guts are kind of folklore evermore, they're part of the same era for Olivia almost. And I really think it was a bad idea to make Guts a purple album. I think Guts should have been red. That's my opinion. I think it was really stupid. Not stupid, but kind of stupid to make Guts and Sour purple, especially because people are just so dumb and they don't want to they just like to have a color to associate with the era, and Guts being just a darker purple than Sour's purple. I get that, and now she has a song called Purple on her, I guess this is her pink album. It's pink and blue. Um, yeah, I wouldn't, if it was me, I would not have made the Guts cover purple. I was kind of what? Again? Same thing? Anyways, but yeah, You Seem Pretty Sad Girl for a Girl So in Love. When I first heard that album title, I thought it was kind of stupid. It's I like it when you sleep for you are so beautiful yet so unaware of it. Like that. It's the same. It's in the same genre of pseudo intellectualism as that, but she doesn't pontificate in that annoying way that Maddie Healy does. So I'll let her rock with You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. Um, it's I don't know, it just sounds kind of dumb. Like I don't know how that title is gonna age. Like I don't think it's that good of a title, and I think the like concept of this record that it's like happy sad. It's like that's not really that interesting. It's like you went through a breakup, okay. Also, and My Way is on the you seem pretty happy part of it, or like you're so in love. And My Way might be going into the F slot. Anyways, so let's get back to Sour. Okay. Oh no, sorry. We're starting with All I Want from high school. I don't know where to look, so I might be looking like insane in this video because I've never done this before. All right. So Brutal is the first song from Sour. I love Brutal. I actually listened to the Elvis Costello drums that it like samples in the song, and I don't know. I think it's crazy that people are able to interpolate things and make them sound so new and fresh. I don't really like the whole Olivia's a plagiarist discourse because, I mean, what are you going to do? But Brutal. I love Brutal. I'm so sick of 17. It kind of sounds whiny, but it's just such a good song that it's kind of bulletproof in that way. I'm going to put Brutal in the A tier. I like it. I don't listen to it that much. I actually don't stream Sour that much anymore. But I definitely had a Brutal phase, and it definitely resonated with me when I was like 14 and the song came out. Traitor. You betray. I mean, this song is kind of. Oh, sorry. I meant to put it in the A tier. This song has kind of been immortalized by JoJo Siwa. Ironically enough. I don't really have any thoughts on this song other than her feminism has severely regressed since she wrote Traitor. Like, the girl who wrote Traitor was not writing My Way. She was pontificating in a much more eloquent way about, like, jealousy in, like, during the Sour era than she is on You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, ironically enough. So anyways, Driver's License. Okay, people are gonna kill me for this, but I don't like Driver's License. I didn't like it when I heard it. I don't really love like sad ballads anyways. Like I don't really love Adele. I don't love Someone Like You. I don't love any of that. Like I'm not really into Coldplay. So yeah, Driver's License is going in the B tier for me. Okay, I'm saying that, but I actually like One Step Forward, Three Steps Back more than I like Driver's License, which is kind of an insane take because it's a lot less written and it's a lot less structured of a song. But yeah, I just like the way it sounds more. And I think it's a more interesting idea than Driver's License. Deja Vu, S tier, greatest song ever made. Cruel Summer Could Never. I have a thing with Cruel Summer because I was not into it before it blew up, that all that it sounds like is like kind of, it sounds like As It Was to me. It's just one of those overplayed songs, and I didn't know it before everybody knew it, so I can't really have the like kind of relationship that people like the Swiftologist and the Lizard Review, like how they listened to Cruel Summer is something I will never be able to understand because all I know it as is like the YouTube Shorts song. But Fever Dream, I love the way it starts. I love the way Cruel Summer starts. But I was just never that into it, and I really like Deja Vu, and I think it's a better song. It's just, Deja Vu is what got me into Olivia and why I care about her. It's Deja Vu. Do you get Deja Vu when she's with you? I'm asking. Anyways, I love Deja Vu. Good For You, also S tier, also greatest song ever made. Again, not that into Misery Business, so I'm gonna let Good For You rock. What's my favorite line? Your apathy's like a wound in salt. I thought, I really liked that. She had been listening to Jagged Little Pill, so. Enough For You. I randomly love Enough For You, but I know it's not that good of a song, so I'm just gonna put it in the B tier. Happier, Electric Chair, I hate it. Happier is the most annoying song ever to me. I don't understand why this one blew up in the way that it does. It does not deserve to have a billion streams. It's a bad song, written by like a 15-year-old girl. I hate it. I never want to hear it again. I never stream it. I don't like it. And she made that reel with Ed Sheeran. I'm like, why are you girls associating with Ed Sheeran to promote Happier? I hate Happier so much. Jealousy, Jealousy, greatest song ever made. I love this song. I used to listen to this Percy Jackson podcast all the time called Seaweed Brain. And this was like, because I was way more into books and movies when Sour came out. So that just tells you that the point I was in my life when I was 14. I was listening to a Percy Jackson podcast. And I think they were probably more into, like, the pop girl lore of it all. Because I think that's actually been going on since, like, I don't know, the dawn of time. Like, I also listened to, like, old Lost Culturistas, and they were talking about pop girls the same way that people are today. I think it's just become more mainstream for pop girls to be, like, the center of the cultural conversation. Yeah. Anyways, so what was my point? Okay, so they did, like, a reaction ranking podcast to Olivia Rodrigo's Sour, and they really liked Jealousy, Jealousy. So yeah, it always reminds me of them. It's called Seaweed Brain, a Percy Jackson podcast. I think they're still super active. They're like involved with the flop show that's going on about Percy Jackson. The acting was so bad, I could not. Like, they can't get it right with that IP. It's so crazy. Like, they made bad movies with, like, people with Logan Lerman is Percy Jackson. Like, that is what I envision when I see Percy Jackson, and he looks like I don't understand why they got a blonde kid to play Percy Jackson when, like, his whole thing is that he has jet black hair and, like, green eyes. Why is Walker Scobell playing him then? I don't know. I think the girl that plays Annabeth is pretty good at acting. I don't know. I quit the show, so I can't really tell you what their progression from season 1 to season 2 is like. So I associate Jealousy, Jealousy with Percy Jackson. That's basically my story about that. I forgot to rank All I Want. I like All I Want. I think it goes into the same, like, sappy piano ballad category as all of those songs. Favorite Crime. I also really like Favorite Crime. I don't know why. It's one of the ones I crave from Sour on occasion. I do turn on Favorite Crime. I've been known to turn on Favorite Crime. Sometimes I think Favorite Crime inspired that line from The Grudge, like, we both drew blood, but those cuts were never equal. I feel like she was percolating on, like, I feel like that's almost like a sister song to Favorite Crime in some way. I don't know why. I know they're about completely different subject matters, but I feel like Favorite Crime and The Grudge are intrinsically linked to one another in some way. Okay, Hope You're Okay. I don't listen to it. I don't know her. I can't speak on her name. I think the message is nice, but it's a boring song. And I think it's the least streamed song from Sour, which is the most Gen Z thing ever for, like, the last song to be the one that nobody listened to. Anyways, okay, All American. I don't think I'm going to curse, but I think this is one of her best songs. I've been having a real moment with this song over the summer. I just think it's so good, and she's really has been leaning into, like, the Riot Girl thing, and it really suits her. She likes to throw stuff around. It's so good. I scream inside to deal with it. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I also love when she doesn't, like, curse when she does, like, the fake out in the beginning. I love it so much. The song is so good. I'm a Guts person. You're gonna tell from this. Bad Idea Right. I also love it. It's so good. I don't know. I think this might be, like, one of her hits that is kind of lost to the sands of time. Like, I don't think it's really gonna be one of the ones that she's super remembered for. It is a little weird, I guess. A little avant-garde. I like it, though. And I wish, because she did, like, a transition between All American and Bad Idea Right in the Guts album. Like, she does, like, the knocking on the door transition. And I wish she had, like, followed that through line throughout all of the songs on Guts, because I think they're so... I don't know if they're expertly placed, but I liked that those two actually, like, had something to do with each other, like, the transition between them. And I wish she'd done that on every single song on Sour, but she didn't. I mean, on Guts, sorry. I also love Guts as an album title name. I think about it all the time. 'Cause why is there a pit in my gut in the shape of you? Hard to sleep when you sleep next to me. Anyways, I like Stranger too. Okay, Bad Idea, right? It's also going in the S tier. Vampire has to go into the S tier. I didn't really, again, with Olivia's first singles, something happens when a song is like overplayed on YouTube Shorts. I can't think of it as a song anymore. But luckily, enough time has passed and I've come around. Vampire, one of the greatest songs ever made. I hate the part of it that is used in like TikToks and YouTube Shorts though. Like it's one of the worst parts of the song. I like when she was like, "I tried to help you out. Now I know that I can't." I like what she's doing there. I feel like that sound could be explored in more of her music. Lacey, the whole world knows that this is the greatest song ever made. The streaming numbers don't lie. It's kind of crazy that Lacey is one of the most streamed songs from Guts, but it deserves. It's so good. I don't know what she's talking about, and I don't think I want to know what she's talking about in Lacey, but it's so good. I play it all the time. I think it's just about jealousy, like the feeling of jealousy in general. But it's like it has that like sick like turning your gut like feeling to it. It's such a good October like Halloween song. Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. I really like Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl because I'm awkward. I don't have anything else to say about that, and that's why it's going in the A tier. Making the Bed. I love Making the Bed. Sometimes I'm like Making the Bed is my favorite Olivia Rodrigo song because there's not a lot of songs about self accountability or like it's almost like a sister to Guilty as Sin in a way. It's like you make your bed and you lie in it a lot of the time, and it's kind of an anthem for that feeling. So it's going in the S tier for me. Logical. I never think about her. This is like the epitome of a middling Olivia Rodrigo song is Logical. Like she uses some like vague, nice writing like the rain pours in February skies, so that kind of sets a scene, but it's just so boring. I never think about this song. And I think Julia Michaels was a co-writer on it, and I'm starting to think she is just like a bad writer. But I like her because her name is also Julia, and I got issues, and you got them too. Greatest song ever made. Get Him Back. I kind of hate Get Him Back, and I kind of think is one of the worst songs on Guts. It's not, like, I don't like it. Like, even, like, the gag of, I am my father's daughter, so maybe I could fix him. Like, it's like, in the music video, she seems so tired, and it just seems like it had no effort put into it. And it's boring and I don't like it. And I think it kind of is one of the reasons Guts is not as commercially successful as Sour was that she didn't have the knockout third single. Because Get Him Back was kind of a flop in my opinion. I would have done Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl for the awkward girl of it all. Love is Embarrassing. Also a song I don't think about a lot from Guts. She did kind of explore the like la 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 like that like kind of weird vocal sound that she was playing with, where like her voice is almost like an instrument. She did more of that on So American, so I guess this song is important to her discography, but I just never really think about it. That dance that she does for it, or she did for it on the Guts tour, it's kind of going viral and being repurposed for Maggots for Brains, so maybe it is important to song in her discography, but I just never think about it. So, but here's a song I do think about all the time. I think about it all the time. The Grudge. I think this is like a real showcasing of some of Olivia's best songwriting, and my favorite line from it is like, in the shower, in the car, in the mirror before bed. Yeah, I'm so tough when I'm alone. I make you feel so guilty, and I fantasize about it. Tell me you're a little sorry or whatever. I love that because it's like, you know, when you are like alone or you've just finished up a social interaction and you're thinking about like why you were right or what you could have said to make yourself sound more intelligent or correct or like be the bigger person in a situation. This is kind of an anthem. Like that line encapsulates that feeling so well that like you weren't able to get out what you wanted to get out in the moment because you were afraid of something. And it leads to a grudge, I guess. So I love The Grudge. I think it's like a 10 out of 10 song. It's some of Olivia's best work of all time. In my opinion, Pretty Isn't Pretty. I also love this song. Insecure, Girlies, Rise. I love Pretty Isn't Pretty. I love the sound. Like, it's like, I don't really know anything about genre, but it sounds like soft rock. Like, I don't know. The guitar is just so pretty. And I love the way it sounds. And I love the way it picks up and builds, like, towards the middle. I really, really like this song. Teenage Dream, it's like the same as Logical to me, but it's a little bit more personal, so I like it a little bit more than Logical, but it's like the same boring writing to me. Obsessed. I recently kind of came around on Obsessed, but yeah, I'm going to put it up here because I like it more than those songs. I think it's fun. I don't know why it was kind of like promoted over the... I feel like So American should have been the one that she promoted off Guts Deluxe. But she wanted to be Obsessed, I guess. I don't know. I love Girl I've Always Been. It kind of sounds like Mrs. Robinson from Simon and Garfunkel. I love folk Olivia. I wish she would lean into that more. She really went away from that on You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. There is no. Folk Olivia is gone. Noah Rodrigo is gone. Since instead we just have the Smiths and the Cure and all that. Which is fine. I like that too. Scared of My Guitar. I say I don't like soppy ballads, but I like them when they're kind of folky. folky like the genre. So yeah, I'm putting it in the A tier. I think it's amazing. Stranger. I also really like Stranger. I like Stranger and Scared of My Guitar. Putting Stranger above Driver's License feels crazy when I'm looking at it, but it is my truth. I just listen to it more. So American. R.I.P. Louis Partridge, R.I.P. every press tour he ever does for the rest of his life. I love So American. I think it's so good. Yeah. I think it encapsulates, when she talks about Drop Dead, like, in her press interviews and stuff, when she's like, it's like the perfect encapsulation of, like, the nervousness of a first date. I think she definitely wrote So American before that, and I think it encapsulates that feeling a lot better than Drop Dead was. Because Drop Dead still kind of has that, like, unease, disease, like, cursed feeling that a lot of the songs on You Seem Pretty Sad have, because the relationship ended, and I think she tweaked a lot of it after the relationship had ended. So yeah, I think So American is actually, like, the Louis Partridge love song. Can't Catch Me Now. I love Can't Catch Me Now. I think this is her first time kind of doing like a folklore Evermore description of nature that I thought was actually interesting. She tried to do it on Logical and she flopped. But Can't Catch Me Now is amazing. Hunger Games soundtrack will always have a hit, will always be famous. Yeah, I love Can't Catch Me Now. Drop Dead has been growing on me, but I don't think I can put it into the S tier yet. Just because I skip it a lot, but I recently had like a moment with it. I have a weird relationship to first singles, especially from Olivia. It's just once it's the first single, I can never hear it as part of the album again. It's like because it existed so long before the actual album came out, it's its own like separate entity and thing because it lived in a different environment than when like the rest of the body of the work came out. The body of the work, that's weird. So yeah, basically, just because I knew the song before it came out, I have a different relationship with Drop Dead. But it has been growing on me. I like it. Stupid Song. I love Stupid Song. I think it's like a sister to Supercut. And I don't mind that. I think it's really, really good. It's like 3 songs in one. I think that's how she described it. Honeybee. I don't think Honeybee... Oh. I don't think Honeybee is going to age super well in terms of writing. I think there were moments on this album where I'm like, she kind of regressed as a writer. Like, she sounds more immature on, like, Honeybee and My Way than she does on anything on Guts, in my opinion. Maybe other than Get Him Back. Because I never really thought of her as, like, an immature sounding artist, but there are just so many moments on this album. Like, she sounds like she's 15. Anyways, that's what Honeybee makes me think of. I don't think it's very mature, is what I'm trying to say. Like Lover. Like, like the song Lover by Taylor Swift? Like, I feel like that was written by, like, a 25-year-old. And Olivia was trying to do her lover, but she's just too young to be able to encapsulate that in song yet. That's my opinion on Honeybee. Maggots for Brains, the Brain Rot anthem that we needed. I love Maggots for Brains. I think it's really fun, and it sounds different than a lot of the stuff that she's done before. So I'm putting it in the S tier. I stream it all the time. You plus me equals a heart forever. I love the ending where she's like, whatever, and she's like harmonizing with herself. But I don't like the implications of including Louis Partridge's big sister in a song. And she also sounds like a puppy when she sings it. I don't know why I think that. She just does. I like your big sister. Like, she's never sounded like that before. I don't know. I just think she's going to regret including that line about his big sister in the song. My Way, Electric Chair, I hate it. Worst song ever made. Why did you regress? Why are you doing this? I hate it. Go Away. And she used it as, like, her Planned Parenthood anthem. Her most, like, anti-feminist song is her Planned Parenthood anthem. Make that make sense to me. I hate My Way. It should not it makes me so mad that it exists, because it's like, why? Why, Olivia? Why? Like, you don't put out a body of work for 3 years and you think this is a statement that needs to be included on your album. That is insane to me. Like, that's a journal entry. My Way is not something the public needs to know about. Purple. Oh, okay, now I'm about to do positivity. I love Purple. I think this is a real step forward in Olivia's writing, and it's the maturity that isn't really present on Honeybee is present on Purple. And so it's crazy that it's one of the least streamed songs from the album. I love it so much. I think Purple is my favorite song from the album for sure. Okay, what do we have left? The Cure. I'm unraveled. You know what's weird? The Cure, I think, has a really boring guitar intro, and it kind of, like, puts me off of it, but I just love when she's singing Unraveled, and it's like a braid is unraveling, when, like, the way that she sings it. I just think that's so creative and clever, and I never could have come up with that, so I love that. Very yarn coded, I guess. I don't know. Begged suffers from Begged suffers from logical treatment. Logical writing is what's present on Begged, and it's boring, and I don't care, and I don't like it. What's Wrong with Me? This was my favorite song. I actually filmed, like, a reaction, but I didn't really know how to film videos. So, and they ended up just taking up a lot of storage on my phone. But What's Wrong with Me was my favorite song the first time I heard it. And Olivia, I will admit, has really gotten me into The Cure. I've been listening to a lot of their hits as of late. And I just love it. Especially because I have a lot of stomach problems. So when she's like, my stomach is sick, I resonate with that most of the time. So thank you, Olivia. Stomach pain anthem. Less. You know, I think it's like Less and Honeybee, it just sounds like a 15-year-old girl wrote them. You know, like, I don't really get what's deep about Less. Actually, I'm moving it down. I like Begged more than Less. I really don't get the big deal about Less. It's like one of the most streamed songs from the album. Okay, what's next? Expectations. You know what? I'm going to put this in the S tier, but it's definitely the one that would get bumped down, I think, in a couple months when I've lived with the album a little bit more. It has a beat, and I like it. That's kind of my thing with Expectations. But it also, weirdly, I feel like Expectations is intrinsically linked to her interview with Anthony Fantano, which is one of the biggest mistakes she's ever made, was letting her... He's such a bad interviewer, by the way. He doesn't ask questions. He's so vague. Nothing interesting came out of that interview except for him confronting her about the guy with the fake job line. And the way that she responded to it was just so, like, people-pleasing. It really annoyed me. That whole interview was, like, people-pleasing, appealing to the Pitchfork crowd, and it is so annoying. I can't believe she let that happen. But I love Expectations. It's really good. It's fun. Cigarette Smoke. Okay. It is, like, vague and boring, and it suffers a lot from, like, the lack of structure and like rigorous writing that I think like Logical and Begged suffer from. But it has this like fall sort of cranberries like thing in it that I just crave and I want to listen to it and I turn it on all the time. I think it's like a really good early morning driving song, which I've been having to do a lot of lately, so I think that's why I'm really resonating with Cigarette Smoke. And oh, actually, I'm gonna put What's Wrong with Me in S tier because I can't have Cigarette Smoke up there and not have What's Wrong with Me. So overall, looks like I really like Olivia Rodrigo. Ooh, what album has the most S tier? Okay, I think Guts has the most S tier songs. Um, yeah, actually, there are a couple of duds on Guts that I didn't think I hated them that much, but I guess I do. And I am really enjoying You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, so that's my opinion on Mr. Rodrigo. Thank you for watching.